Hey sis, and welcome back to Coffee and Closings, where we sip slow, think smart, and run our real estate business like CEOs, not assistants. So let's talk about your first deal, okay? Because your first deal is exciting, it's emotional, and if we're being honest, it's also the fastest way to expose your systems or the lack thereof. I know a lot of people think that the first deal is about confidence or knowledge or finally feeling like a real estate agent. But the truth is, your first deal is really about structure, because the moment that contract gets signed, everything starts moving all at once and fast, okay? Deadlines, documents, people emailing, lenders calling, clients texting, title, inspection, appraisal, and if you don't already have a system in place for how you manage that motion, listen, your first deal will feel like organized chaos at best and pure panic at worst. And this is where a lot of new agents tend to get overwhelmed. Not because they're incapable, but because they're trying to build a plane while they're flying it. So today, we're going to talk about 3 things, okay? 1, why your first deal feels so intense. 2, what it reveals about your back end. And thirdly, we're going to talk about how to protect yourself before your next one hits. So if you're new, nervous, or just want to avoid unnecessary stress, grab your coffee and stay tuned.
Baby, you're perfect. Don't let no one tell you otherwise. That spark can give it the butterflies. Mesmerized, mesmerized by
you. So, your first deal feels intense because everything is new at the same time. I mean, you have new language, new pressure, new responsibility. You're not just selling anymore. See, now you're managing a legal file with real deadlines and real consequences. And the hardest part is this: you don't yet have that muscle memory, You're still thinking through every step. Did I send that? Was this signed? Who was supposed to handle that? Did I calendar that deadline, So your brain is running nonstop because there's no system in place carrying that load yet. You are. And that's why your first deal feels so heavy, not because you're doing something wrong, but because everything is living in your head instead of in a structure. Your first deal shows you the truth about your business setup. It's going to show you if you have a real intake process or if you're winging it. It's going to show you if deadlines live in a tracker or if they live in your memory. It's also going to show you if your communication is centralized or if it's scattered across texts, DMs, and emails, And ultimately, it's going to show you if you're leading the file or if you're chasing it. And see, here's the part that most people don't talk about. Your first deal doesn't just test your real estate knowledge, it tests your operations. Because even if you know how to sell a house, if your back end is messy, then the experience for your client is going to feel messy as well. And new agents often think that stress is just a part of it, but a lot of that stress is actually coming from not having a repeatable process in place yet. The deal is going to do what the deal is supposed to do, but it's also going to expose what needs structure. And listen, the goal isn't to be perfect on your first deal, okay? The goal is to build protection before you get to that second one. And see, here's what that protection really looks like. So it means having a simple day one process for every single file. So that may look like the moment a contract is signed, you know exactly where it goes. You know exactly what's getting checked, what's getting logged, and what's getting tracked. It means not trying to remember everything, because memory is not a system, okay? It means deciding before you need help what you will and won't carry along. Because here's the truth, if your first deal almost took you out, then your second one should not feel worse than that. Each deal should feel lighter than the last one did, not heavier. And the only way that's going to happen is if your systems grow as fast as your pipeline does. So, if you're in your first few transactions right now, I want you to remember this, okay? Your first deal wasn't just about getting paid, all right? It was about revealing your foundation. It showed you what worked and it showed you what didn't. And now you get to build from clarity instead of from pressure. So, if this episode spoke to you, make sure you guys drop a comment and tell me what surprised you most about your first deal. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn those notifications on so you don't miss next week's episode. And make sure you share this with another new agent who might need to hear this before their next contract hits. And sis, if you want to understand how you naturally handle pressure and processes in your business, check the description for my free What Type of Agent Are You personality quiz. Your results will show you what your agent style is and give you tailored next steps for tightening your systems based on how you naturally work. Well, okay, guys, that's it for today's coffee and closings. If you stayed to the end, I truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you guys for rocking with me this year. I will see you next Monday. Same time, same mug, new year. Happy New Year, guys. Bye.